BessieLB, and I am back again with another Trader Joe's product review. Today we're going to be discussing something else that is gluten-free. Now, I've already said it before, I'm on a gluten-free kick during this Lent, at least 90% of the time. So I've been having a lot of fun with trying to taste test some things in Trader Joe's that's gluten-free. By the way, if you need a specific list for Trader Joe's, whether you're vegan, gluten-free, whatever it is that you need to like stray away from, they can print you out a list at the counter if you go in and you ask them, hey, do you have a list for this? And it'll tell you everything in their store that is, you know, gluten-free or vegan, this, that, and the third. So that's a little tidbit for you. But today we're going to be reviewing the Brazilian style cheese bread. So this is what it looks like here. They look like little cheese bites. And I was excited to know that these were gluten-free because I'm looking, at first I walked past them and I was like, well, they look like bread cheese bites, so I'm just not going to get them because it's probably wheat, is what I thought. Then when the guy gave me the list, he's like, oh, here's the list for the gluten-free stuff. And I look back and I'm like, wait, those Brazilian cheese breads are gluten-free? So anyways, I was excited about that. With that being said, I can tell you what it's made with. There's tapioca flour, which is the difference because it's not wheat flour. There's milk in it, so it is not vegan, right? It's vegetarian friendly, if you will, but it's not vegan. So there's milk, there's Parmesan cheese, there's canola oil, there's egg, there's water, sea salt, white pepper, and regular salt. So basically very simple ingredients inside of this. Now, these tapioca flour and Parmesan cheese balls are thin, crisp with the exterior, but it is a chewy, cheesy center, okay? So keep that in mind. It has a nice crisp exterior to it, but it is a cheesy, chewy interior, okay? So check out my initial reaction trying this and we'll get into that. Check it out. Hey y'all, so I'm tasting it for the first time here. The initial one looks like this. They look like little garlic like knot bites, kind of similar to what you can find at Domino's, and has like little bits of cheese on it. And I actually bought a bruschetta, sort of like, I guess, tomato sauce. So as you can see here, it's the chunks with like the herbs and stuff, just so I thought it was something good that you can kind of like dip it in. So the initial thing is, let me taste it. Okay. So it is definitely a nice garlicky taste. The outside, you can see the outside is crunchy, right? But the inside is like a gooey, sorry, you can see, a gooey, cheesy type thing. I don't like my bread to kind of presume as being soggy or doughy if it's not supposed to be, but that is the goal for this bread. So I love the crunch outside, but I don't know. And you see how it looks doughy? You know when dough still kind of looks shiny and wet? You're not certain about it because you're like, oh, it's not finished yet. I gotta finish cooking it. Like, that's my initial reaction, is I feel like I want to cook it longer. But I think they're supposed to have that more gooey feeling in the middle. So out of a 10, would I buy them again? I would. Are they my favorite sort of bread bites? Maybe not. They are gluten-free, so that's amazing. But I would say out of a 10, because of the consistency, but the actual taste of it Like the garlic and cheese is good. I'm leaning between a 6.5 and a 7. Because I'm sorry, I'm big on consistency. And if you don't mind more chewy or more pull apart type bread in that aspect, then you would love it. But because I'm not big on that kind of consistency, let's say like a 6.57. Okay, so the reason why I pointed that out is you saw my initial reaction with the consistency and what I felt about it. The outside is crispy, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I air fried them both of the times that I ate them. Do not over air fry them, because if you do, they will definitely get hard on the outside really quickly. So it says here to just use a regular convectional oven on 350, and you only need to do it for 6 to 8 minutes. I did the air fryer, but we all know that air fryer will fry the hell out of something, okay? So I say probably choose 350 and test out, or 360, whatever. Even 370 is okay. I wouldn't go past that, and test it out on the air fryer for no more than 4 or 5 minutes. Take it out, and when you take it out, it should look more golden like this, then it should look darker. If it looks darker, that means they're going to be too hard on the exterior, and they're not going to be that great of an experience to try. I know this, I've done it. So I'm just giving y'all that little tidbit if you do decide to go and buy them. Now, y'all saw my reaction about how I felt about them. Again, the exterior is crispy, and I like that. However, I don't know that I loved that chewy, cheesy center. I think the chewy is correct. The chewy definitely reminded me of like dough. So for y'all that like cookie dough, I guess not raw, but you get what I mean, just fresh cookie dough before you bake it. This bread, if you like savory, may be up your alley, okay? Because the consistency reminds me of the time that I did try to eat some cookie dough to see what the hype was, and was not a fan because of the chewy, pulley consistency. I didn't like that at all. The inside of this, as I showed y'all, has that same kind of consistency where it's a little bit chewy, and it tastes like the dough is not fully cooked. You know how somebody will make a pizza and then you get a pizza and you're like, ugh, this dough is not fully cooked. It reminds me of that in the middle, and it's supposed to be that it's cheesy, but I think it's a mixture of it being cheesy and the dough supposed to be chewy. I don't know that I like that consistency at all. So I'm giving y'all that detail because if you're like me, then you may not love these. Now, the outside is bomb, and I really love that it got like that nice formed crisp to it. And I ate it with the little like tomato bruschetta, I think, sauce or something like that from Trader Joe's, with the chunks of tomato, the little like basil and stuff like that. I think it was really tasty like that. If I had to rate it out of a 10, I think I saw there, now that I'm sitting and marinating on it more, I think out of a 10, I probably would give it 6.5, because I really did enjoy the concept and the flavor of it. Like the nice cheese bits on the outside and the crispy crunch on the outside was amazing. That inside was a little bit too chewy for my likings, and I think that's probably why I might have air fried them a little bit too long, because I thought that it would make the inside a little bit more done. I know, guys, such a bad experience, but I'm just being honest with y'all. It just was not my favorite, but the taste is good. So I encourage you to try it out if you like those sort of consistencies in your food. If not, it might not be a go for you.